I'm a first-generation Irish American. My mom and dad came from Ireland. My mom came over first, and then my dad came over some years later. Although they did not know each other in Ireland, they met here in the United States. But they came right at the end of World War II. Faith has always been a big part of our family experience growing up, so that was, pretty common. Family rosaries, going to the Mass, celebrating the feast days here in the United States and feast days in Ireland. There's one moment in my life that has stuck with me all of my life. I was just a young girl, 6 years old at the time, and my mom needed to work, and so she went for a job interview. And she took my sister and I on the job interview. We were in Philadelphia, took 3 buses to where we needed to be for this job interview. I remember going into this small office, just one desk in there with a gentleman behind it and some chairs to the side, and my mom said, "Here, just sit in the corner." But when my mom finally had the opportunity to sit in front of this gentleman and ask for the job, I can't recall all of his words, but the tone is what I remember the most, and how negative it was. The conversation went on, and there were bits and pieces that I pulled out, one of which was that, "So you're Irish?" And my mom would say, "Yes, I'm Irish." He goes, "Oh, I suppose you're Catholic too?" My mom said, "Yes, I am a Catholic." And he said, "Well, I don't know we'll be hiring any of those people." He asked about her education level, and my mom went on to talk about how she was educated, and she was a nurse. She was a nurse in London, for World War II, and worked at St. Mary's Hospital over there, and that's where she got her education. And he said to her, "So you have no education at all? I don't know how you're going to succeed in this country. You have no education at all." And then he abruptly cut off the interview, and he says, "We have nothing for you." And she was very polite, and she said, "Well, thank you, sir, for your time." And she got up, and she took my sister and I out the door to the bus stop, and I remember feeling the pain for her. My mom was the ultimate kind, professional person. But what she did was walk to the bus stop, put her hands in her pocket, and pulled out her rosary beads. And so there we were, standing. I'm looking up at my mom. She's not the least bit angry, didn't really show emotion, but she's praying her rosary. And we get on the bus and we go home. Nothing was ever said. Nothing was ever said. I can remember it, even to the day that she died. Those rosary beads came out of her pocket. I have my mom's rosary beads. They came out of her pocket, and she would say her rosary. There was always this strong faith in the Blessed Mother. And I think I remember that the most to this day. I have a rosary at my bedside. I've got one sitting in the living room, one in the family room, just in case, because, you have to have them at hand. That if there's a worry or you have a concern, my mom always said, just bring it to Our Lady. And so the rosary beads will come out for sure. I wear her Miraculous medal. She brought that with her from Ireland because she kept the Blessed Mother and her faith very close to her. And I think that I've kept it close to me, and now I have it down to my children and now my grandchildren as well. So they see that faith in action to say, when all else fails, when humankind fails, as it will, look to your faith to get you through anything.